Taurus, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-June 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in energy and see what's happening for the lovely Taurus collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guides and spirit team, talk to me about Taurus. It's early to mid-June. You know what I'm talking about, though. Let's see what energies, insights, messages we have for our good friends. And yeah, we're just going to start off real quick with this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Taurus, please. Let's get this card out here nice and quick for my good friends. There we go. Nice and quick. Very intellectual energy here. And this is one of my favorite oracle cards, that's for sure. It's extremely intelligent. And that's one thing I do like about it, because there are a lot of cards in this deck that are about your mentality, your thought process, imagination, and thinking in general. This one is very, very sharp. But before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the June subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk a little bit about this card. So there is a bit of a funny imagery here. We see this monkey. It is dressed up like Shakespeare. It's holding a skull. It's contemplating its life. It's in front of a typewriter. There's binary code. There's a lot of intellectual pursuits happening here where something might be much more intelligent than they seem. Now, when I see this card, it does tell me that for a lot of you, your mind could be firing on all cylinders. Very active, very accurate. So there could be things that you're seeing very clearly in this time, or you will be soon. If there's a case where you're a little confused or you're not sure about something, Spirit's saying like, all right, the dots are going to connect, everything's going to click, and you're going to see things for what they are. Very honest in this. So for a lot of you, maybe there's a situation you just need to take a cold, hard, honest look at, then reassess for whatever reason. But I like this. It's a good type of mental energy. Now, the one thing I will say when it comes to any sort of powerful mental energy, Spirit could be telling you like, hey, you might need some sort of outlet for this. Hopefully you're not overthinking or anything in that realm, but you might need some sort of energetic outlet when this shows up. It's very similar to the Ace of Swords too. But let's get into tarot now. We'll leave him down there to keep contemplating that skull. And yeah, I always say the first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 cards in the upright. And we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up here one time for my Taurus friends, early to mid-June. What's happening? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. I felt like you had one of the more positive readings in the whole Zodiac last week. The reading was titled The Massive Win, so I hope you had one. And just know, if you haven't, that energy could still bleed over for a couple weeks. So hopefully something really nice is coming your way. But yeah, the Taurus reading last week, it felt like there was a really good energy moving towards the collective. So we're going to hope to keep that going. Let's see what we have for you this week. But as you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone that you're linked to. Let's get it going. 3 cards here for Taurus. Mid to late, mid-June, not mid to late, early to mid, actually. What do we got here? Thank you. Wow. Okay. So the sharp intellect is here, but 2 cards came out that are, I don't want to say they're concerning, but we're going to want more detail. So we have the King of Swords, which it could represent an individual that's also a very sharp, smart, analytical mind. And then we have the Tower right here in the center. Okay. For some of you, this could be inspiration, which I'm hoping that's the case. Let's get one more out here, then we'll start to build this. So I don't want to speak on it too much until we have a bigger picture. Okay, so you're going to have a bonus. But on the side here, we have the Page of Swords just watching along. And on your bonus, we have the 4 of Pentacles. So yeah, Taurus, different vibe than last week, that is for sure. But let's go through, I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. So at first glance, yeah, we do have a few themes that we're kind of picking up on already, and something that we're going to want to watch out for, that's for sure. Elementally, we have a lot of air. And when I was speaking about like the analytic mind, the intelligence, like sharp thinking, very honest and to the point, both of these cards could be very, very similar to what we were seeing here in the front end. Could just be a person or multiple people. There are a lot of energies of different individuals here, but we're really going to have to breeze through this because this energy's watching, this energy's planning, this energy's shaking things up, this energy's not shaking a damn thing up. So it's like we have a lot of competing energy happening here. So let's go through one by one and really start to build this out. So position number one, we have the King of Swords. Now, some of you might be connected to an air sign. You don't have to be. Not gender specific either, but Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And the King of Swords, as with all kings, represents control of the suit that they are in. So when we see the King of Swords, that's a suit of communication, so speaking, talking, getting a point across, but also the mind. So you see how we have this interesting mixture of the mental space showing up here within this week's reading. And the King of Swords is very good with words, straightforward. I'm talking to you, I'm telling you what it is, I'm going to give you the true knowledge. That's like the energy that he comes with. Now, every card has positives and challenges. Another positive of this card is it represents planning and strategy, determination. The King of Swords can be harsh sometimes, though. That's where this energy goes off the rails a little bit, because it could be someone that's a little cold or someone that's a little harmful with their words, someone who could be a little bit too cold or a little bit too honest, if you know what I mean. So we'll see how this plays out. I mean, too honest is never a bad thing. I'm an Aries, so I've been in King of Swords mode many times in my life, but that's besides the point. We're going to put him right there for now. We'll see what that's all about. But the thing that I'm seeing here is, and I don't want to get too intuitive just yet, but if it's like someone was making a plan, they could be getting a curveball where it's like, okay, well, I didn't plan for this. I didn't see this one coming. Or for a portion of you, eureka moments where it's like, oh, okay, now it makes sense, where you're like hit with a flash of inspiration. Because as we move to the center, we have the Tower. And the Tower shakes things up. Complete opposite of that Four of Pentacles right there. Now, the Tower is Scorpio energy. That is a sign that most Tauruses get along very well with. That is the yin to your yang. These signs, they both want similar things but approach it in different ways. Now, when we see the Tower, if it's not transformation, if it's not change, which it very well could be, it doesn't always have to be bad. This is a card of shock. It's a card of things that come out of nowhere. It's like surprising and shocking, and it's like shaking things up in a very big way, but it doesn't always have to be a bad thing. So this could be a good Tower, could be a rough one. It all really depends on what shows up around it. And yeah, it's karmic, it's transformational if it's not representing a Scorpio that you're connected to. So we really, really want to look into that Tower some more. So let's just place it right back here by the King. Now, as we get to the back end, the page is the lower form. I don't want to say lower, but it's like not as mature as this King of Swords. Okay, so like the energies, they present themselves in different ways. Now, this page can also be very smart, very analytical. As with all pages, it's a student. It's learning new things, it's new ventures, but it's also a talker, a communicator. So we have two cards of communication. We have this Tower in the center. That is something we want to watch out for. Another thing with this Page of Swords, it's a little reserved. It's a little pulled back. It could be defensive as well. So some of you might be in that mode. You might have your guard up in one way or another, or someone you're dealing with does. But I always say about this page, this is the Watcher of the Tarot deck. So when I see the page looking on at how this King of Swords handles something, just know that I don't want to say this is a test, but there might be somebody watching like how you handle something, or how you handle an issue, or how you handle a problem. Someone, and I don't want to say this is like a child or anything, but there could be someone just paying attention to how you handle things. Or there might be someone that you're doing that to as well. Like, all right, well, let's see how this person works under pressure. Okay, and I don't want to say it's like a test just yet. Now, on the back end, we do have the Four of Pentacles. You see that person clasping onto the Pentacles. This card could be very positive when it comes to finances. It could be somebody saving. It could be money coming in, not too much money going out. So this could be really good. But it could also be a stubborn card that's not letting go of something, that's holding on to something still. But remember, this is just a bonus, so that's another footnote. And we'll see if that influences this whole situation. But I want to dive deeper on it all. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for my Taurus friends, please. Thank you. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that. King of Swords here. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Taurus, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, King of Swords, what are you doing, my friend? Why are you here? Please, quick, super quick. Oh, someone not being too nicey nice about something. Okay, Taurus, so all right, I'm going to give you a couple different messages here. We have a card that could represent you showing up here in reverse underneath it. Now, for a lot of you, you might be more aggressive than you normally are in the coming days and weeks, so keep that in mind. Now, from my experience of Taurus energy, it's ruled by Venus. I get along great with Tauruses because it's a very chill, relaxed vibe, in my personal opinion. At least that's my experience with Taurus energy. And what I'm seeing here with the King of Swords and this Empress in reverse, it's like, all right, well, I'm not going to be so chill anymore. Like, I'm going to get serious about something. I'm taking this serious. I'm planning. So this could be very good. For some of you, maybe it's like, all right, I'm driven to get a certain result, or there is a situation that I'm taking very serious. I don't want to say it's a problem just yet. But with this Empress in reverse underneath the King of Swords, it's like, no, no, no. I'm not being nice about this. Like, I'm going to be forceful with it. So I would say at minimum, for a lot of Tauruses out there, just know that you're going to be a little more aggressive. And I don't want to say standoffish, but you're going to be very firm. Okay. So in all your dealings, that's the thing. Because remember, this could be a communicator or a talker. And I know Taurus energy to be very truthful and honest as well, for the most part. Um, you might be like hurtfully truthful to someone in this time too. So let's just keep moving. I don't want to keep expanding on it. We'll see what the tower has to say, because I just feel you being stern and serious. So let's see what the tower is saying. Telling someone what it is, how it is. Like, that's just how it comes through. Oh, my goodness. All right, so we do have the Six of Swords in reverse. There could be something that either you, I think a lot of you might want to shake something up in a very big way. Okay, and that might be the cause for this energy in the beginning. It's like, no, 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 I got to change this and I have to change it quick. Now, the Six of Swords is usually a card of moving on or moving past something, coming out of the calm waters into the, coming out of the choppy waters into the calm. So when I see it in reverse underneath the tower, it's like a shocking change of some sort, or you deciding to shake something up in a very big, profound type of way. It's like, all right, well, I don't care if it's going to be uncomfortable for a little bit. Like, this is something that needs to be addressed, so I'm going to address it. For a lot of you, this could be something returning as well. Okay, so keep that in mind. I know I've been seeing that for some different signs in recent weeks. The Six of Swords in reverse could be something or someone returning. So when we see this energy like stern, I mean, for some of you, this could be something that you don't want to return, but it's going to try. It could come in like out of nowhere, like a shocking return as well. So I feel like it could be both. It could be one. It could be the other. I'm not sure how receptive you are to this energy, though. So, I mean, you play it by ear. Let's move on to the Page of Swords. I mean, you know what's best for your situations. And I would say for another part of you, maybe there is a situation that you want to revisit, right? Like something where it's like, okay, well, I don't like how that worked out. I need to say my piece. So let's see what the Page of Swords has to say. Why is that Page of Swords here? Like, because I don't feel like it's someone bringing in a tower for no reason. Like, that's kind of how this feels to me. Okay. Ace of Cups in reverse underneath this Page of Swords. Okay. This energy in the center is going to reverberate for a little bit. Okay, it is going to linger. Ace of Cups, usually opportunities, offers, I feel for a lot of Tauruses. If that's not you, that could be someone you're connected to where they're a little on edge. This could be someone that might have some trust issues showing up here, or just someone that's like very skeptical. It's like giving me that vibe, because the Page of Swords, just know, like, there's people watching this. Whatever this is that's going on, whether it is something returning or something being addressed or you changing something up, to me it feels like there's an audience. They might not be saying nothing about it, but there's like there's someone watching. Like, that's the big vibe I'm picking up. Now, the Ace of Cups in the upright, usually very good, positive, all loving and caring. When it's in reverse, it's a little upset. So when I see this Page of Swords watching, I mean, for some of you, and I'll say this, if none of this is your energy up here up front, there could be stuff going on with your circle, the people around you, or just something going on in your midst that you are not happy about, but you're like, you know what? I'm going to keep an eye on it, but I'm going to keep out of it. So I'm not going to get involved, but I'm going to keep an eye on this. I don't like what's going on, but I'm keeping my eye and my distance about it. So this is a very peculiar type of reading this week, Taurus. Not very similar to what I normally get for you, but let's go through and do a quick recap, because we got stuff happening, that's for sure. But position number one, we have the King of Swords with the Empress in reverse, one of your cards here. And I do feel for a lot of you might be a little more aggressive than you normally are in this coming time. You're going to be very, very honest. So I said for a portion of you, you might like be so honest that you might hurt someone's feelings here. There could also be an energy that you're not really receptive to at this time, and we'll see how it all plays out. Moving to the center, we have the Tower with the Six of Swords in reverse. Several main messages I'm picking up here. This could be a shocking change that you want to bring in, where it's like, no, I got to do something about this. Or this could be a return of some sort, like someone coming in out of nowhere, like shockingly. And for a portion of you, there could be a situation, okay, and regardless of what I've already said, a situation where it's like, all right, well, I don't like how that left off. I need to speak my piece. Moving to the back end, we have the Page of Swords with the Ace of Cups in reverse. Now, for a portion of you, this just might be a bunch of stuff happening in your midst, and you could be observing this, right? Because I know a lot of Tauruses, they mind their own business for the most part. They do what they got to do. But there could be something going on, a situation that you're keeping an eye on, but you don't want to get involved in it. And I do think that's the right way to go. Not feeling someone being too happy or receptive about what's going on here, but the energy's here nonetheless. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows for you. And listen, don't worry, you're not alone. Like all the earth signs this week, for some reason, there's a bit of like a choppiness to the energy. So let's see what shows up in the shadows. Maybe we'll get a little more detail. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards do not have to be a bad thing. They could be very positive. It all really depends, right? So let's get you one. And if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. I really do. So let's get you one shadow card here. What is in the shadows for Taurus? What is in the shadows? Okay, Eight of Wands, so the communicating. A lot of chatter happening here, especially with what we have in the main part of the spread, and now we have the Eight of Wands coming in hot. This is one of the faster moving cards in the whole entire tarot deck, and it is about communication. So I do feel for a lot of you, whether it is this energy that's returning or it's this like very straightforward, honest style of communication, it's again spirit like highlighting some of the messages that we've already been seeing. It's like, Taurus, listen, you got a conversation or two coming up, or you got something coming at you real quick, so just be ready for it. And I'm not saying that to be a fear monger or anything like that, but you know the Eight of Wands, it's very quick, it's very sudden, and it comes in fast, and there is a huge importance around communicating yourself honestly and straightforward. Okay, so it's kind of just re-emphasizing some of the themes that we saw within the reading itself. So we're just going to put that down right there, Taurus. That's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give the details of the June subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, my digital calendar is open on mastermetaphysics.com, so go ahead and check that out. And if you got your name in for the May subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced after this weekend's readings. But for the June subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of one of my favorite decks, the Gilded Tarot Royale. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, and second, let me know down in the comments if you could snap your fingers and visit anywhere in the world right now, where would it be? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.